Okay, today we're going to be unboxing the OneLeaf Commander NV100. This is a digital night vision monocular. All right, let's get it open. So up top, you're going to find your manual. So it's just a black and white manual. It's pretty good as far as explaining how to use everything and how it functions. Black and white photos. And it also teaches you how to attach it to your scope. Also in the box is going to be a little card just telling you to remove the battery insulating sheet and a microfiber towel for cleaning. We'll start over here. First one is going to be a cover for the IR illuminator. A little extra tool bag with some O-rings, a screw, and 2 Allen keys, and a USB charging cable. And this does charge via micro USB to USB-A. Use some black tape for blocking off any light that were to come in, such as on the scope attachment adapters. You also get a little dust bag or dust pouch for carrying the night vision device inside of. It's got a drawstring. And you will get 3 eyepieces, so a small, medium, and large, for just adjusting to your type of preference as far as eye relief goes. And it also includes 3 different adapters for attaching this to your scope. It's going to have a 42 millimeter, 45 millimeter, and 48 millimeter. And these attach pretty easily to the device itself. So up top, there's going to be a larger notch, and you'll line that up with the arrow on the size, like so. Push down and turn, and you'll hear it click like that. And to remove it, you pull back on this notch here, twist, and it comes off. It's a very tight fit, and for attaching it to your scopes, you use 2 screws right here and tighten this ring onto your scope. Let me get everything out of the way, and then we'll start going over the features of the NV100 in just a second. All right, got everything out of the way. So as always, we're going to start off with some close-up shots so you can kind of see the build quality here and the different materials they're utilizing for its construction. So I'll go ahead and point that out here. The front portion, this ring going all the way around, and everything in front of it is constructed of aluminum. The middle portion here, the body, is going to be constructed of polymer. And then your focus adjustment right here is aluminum as well. And it does have a guard down the center there. The buttons are going to be constructed of rubber. And they're very soft and clicky on touch. And your collimator adjustment right here is going to be constructed of aluminum. And the eyepieces are rubber. Also included inside of the unit itself is going to be a 32 gigabyte micro USB card, and it is expandable up to 256 gigabytes. So anything else, the unit itself is not going to be able to read it if it's anything higher than 256 gigabytes. So you do have a charging port, the micro USB right there, and a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So you can either charge the battery on the unit itself, or if you have an 18650 battery charger, you can remove the battery and charge it away from the unit. And I'll go ahead and show you the battery housing here. So it has a knurled cap covering the battery along with an O-ring. And they include a Samsung 18650 battery. So we'll start off in the front where pretty much all of the instruments are. So up here is going to be your IR illuminator, and this is adjustable for focus. And I'll demonstrate the focus when I go over the footage that I did film with this. But if you pull it out, it will focus the beam to very tight, and when you pull it in, it's going to widen the beam. It throws a pretty long distance as far as the IR light itself and the camera being able to pick it up. But when it is in that wide mode, it's pretty much whatever's in front of you within probably 10 to 25 feet. The battery housing here. And one thing I did note when I was testing this out, and I didn't know that it was on the device itself, was a laser. So you can see right here, now it is not a rangefinder, but it is a zeroable laser. So you have your zeroing adjustments for windage and elevation right here, and through the top on the side right there. So you can adjust it, and I'll show you in the footage that I filmed with this of the laser on, laser off, and then this filming in color with it on and off. And then obviously your camera housing is right here. So the type of night vision sensor they're using on this device is the Sony Starvis comms sensor. It's in a resolution of 1920 by 1080 with a recording frame rate of 30 frames per second. The IR illuminator is LED and it has 6,000 milliwatts of power. Now your viewfinder, so that's going to be the screen itself because this is digital night vision, is a 0.4-inch panel and it has a viewing frames per second of 60 FPS. Your diopter adjustment adjusts from -800 to +400, and the eye relief, meaning the distance that you need to be or should be from the viewfinder itself, is 25 millimeters to 70 millimeters. So not too bad. Basically what I've found is putting your eye right on this rubber piece, you can see everything just fine. And obviously if you use the different rubber pieces, that's going to extend your eye relief out and it'll just kind of give you that point of reference. The field of view for the camera itself is going to be 37 to 42 degrees, and the night vision detection range is 300 meters, and the IR wavelength is 6 watts. And you can record video with this as well as audio while you're recording the video, and the video that you record is going to be in 1080p or 720p, whichever one you select in the main menu, and it's going to be in an H.265 format. But one thing I did notice when I was removing the videos from the memory card itself was that the videos were in MPEG-2 format, so I did need to download a converter to import it into my editing program to MP4, but not a big deal. And it also is capable of taking photos, and those are going to be in JPEG. So like I said, it does utilize an 18650 battery, and you're going to get approximately 6 hours of battery life on that battery. So we'll go over the features on the buttons over here. So this is going to be your power on button, obviously. You're going to have a zoom button right here, and there is a digital zoom, and to go to your menu as well as playing your videos or photos that you've taken. And then up top is going to be your laser, and the IR button right here is going to adjust the brightness. So you're going to have 6 levels of brightness, or 7 counting no illumination at all. And the OK button here is going to either initiate video recording or you taking a picture. So I'm going to attempt on showing you the startup time. It's pretty quick. And there we go. It is started up. Obviously with the camera, you're not going to be able to see what I see, but when I get over to the filming in just a second, with this, I'll go ahead and show you how this looks. It works really great. As far as price goes, I highly recommend the unit. All right, let's go over to the nighttime shooting footage, and I'm going to do a little voiceover to explain to you guys how far out my friend is and kind of the different functions that I'm using while filming with it. All right, so as you can see here, I've got my buddy walking out to a field where the tree line in the distance is approximately 350 yards. So at the moment, I've got the IR illuminator adjusted for the widest angle as well as the laser on. And every now and then you'll see him flash the LED on his phone, and that'll indicate him at different intervals as far as a quarter and half in this field. So you can see here I'm starting to adjust the focal length on that IR illuminator. So right here I've got the IR illuminator completely focused or at its most smallest position, as well as the laser off, and you can see right there I turn the laser back on. So at this point in the video, he's approximately halfway in the field, and I'm focusing that IR illuminator all the way with the laser on. And so I would say he's probably at 150, 170 yards at the moment. And I'm gonna go ahead and focus the beam out to kind of give you an idea of how it looks when he's that far with the illuminator at its most widest position. As you can see right there, he's still visible at approximately 170-ish yards, maybe around 200. And I'll go ahead and focus it all the way back in. So here is the illuminator off, and at the moment he's almost to the tree line. You'll see him flash his phone in just a second to indicate being at the tree line. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the brightness levels as well to see how that does as far as identifying him over there. And you can see him flash his phone right here. So at the moment he's at around 360, 350 yards. And I can still clearly see him, just not make out exactly what it is. So if you're using this for something where you know where the target is, or you have something better like a scope that this attached to and you can identify the target, I definitely think it's viable as far as this type of distance goes. And here he is turning around. You can see him flash that LED light back at me at the max distance over at the tree line. And right here I'm demonstrating at the highest brightness for the IR illuminator. As you can see, you can definitely pick out each individual tree over there, and you can clearly see him. And right here, this is him roughly at half the distance with his LED shine back and no illuminator. And then here's with the illuminator on. In just a moment, I'm going to switch it over to the color mode. So this is illuminator focused all the way at full brightness. And here is color mode. So in color mode, you're not able to use the IR illuminator. And obviously you can tell that there is a frame rate drop just due to the exposure that it needs to be set to. But obviously very good. You can see the tree line. Can't really make out trees too well, but you can see the grass. You can see him. And there it is with the laser on. So I'm going to switch it back to black and white in just a second. And he's roughly at about 25 feet in front of me, and this is with the illuminator completely off. You can see him, and then here it is at its widest angle. So like I said before, at its widest angle, you can go about 25 feet in front of you. Alrighty, so I hope you guys enjoyed this footage with the NV100 by OneLeaf, and just let me know if you have any questions on this or anything like that. Just drop a comment down below, and I'll do my best to get back with you. Thank you guys for watching.